This group is kind of all over the world, and so with the technology and whatnot, there may be some small delays between when we see what you type and when we respond on your screen. We're not ignoring you. It's just because there's a lot of people. So I myself am with Proxy Card here in the United States. My coworker Joe.
Hello.
Some of our members are going to join in responding to questions with text. They won't be video streaming, but they'll be able to help as well. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm James.
I'm community honest here from eBitcoin.
Someone's breathing into the mic.
Noisy.
You can mute your mic if you're in a windy place.
You cannot see me, but this is Gio from eBitcoin.
Okay, then if you can hear me, this is Sergey from, I guess, Proxy Card is here.
Someone is breathing directly in the microphone. Can you please stop?
I'm not even breathing right now.
That could be me. Very sensitive mic.
I think we wait till the first question's raised and till we have like 50 people and then we can start. Jason?
Yeah. So go ahead and ask away, everybody.
You can ask a question in English, in Russian. What are the other choices? German, I believe.
Italian.
German also possible. Okay, Jason, maybe you go ahead and make a little introduction.
Okay. So we're with Proxy Card, and we went and did a Facebook Live video where we described, walk through our application if you want to check that out on our Facebook page. But super high level, we're a a wallet basically, and a wallet application. We have a kind of a combination of software and cold wallet. So we've broken up the process into two factors. So when you do transactions and you're sending cryptocurrency to other people, it requires both a physical card, which is an NFC card, as well as the software layer, which you're logging into the application, things like that. So it's much harder for anybody to finagle money out of your wallet or anything like that. It's kind of the idea. Breaking things up into multiple factors, but still keeping it really easy to use. So we really want to try to bring this process of cryptocurrency and all that to more of a mass market. And there's certain barriers to that. One of which being just how complex it is for regular folks to get set up, and a lot of people don't really understand it yet. So it's right at the cusp, I think, of going more mainstream. But there's some technology barriers that we're working to break through, and just keep it real simple, but also keeping it really secure. It's not like a regular bank where you can just go and complain, hey, someone stole my money, and then just give your money back. So we have to make sure that we're keeping people out, and only you are doing a transaction, nobody else. So it's a mobile platform. We're going to be releasing apps soon to the public. You'll be able to order cards, and we'll send it to you as part of that process.
Functionality that we're going to support inherently within our application.
Right.
besides, it's an ERC20 token, but what we are building around is a complete ecosystem with apps. The first step, as I said before, is the wallet from the Proxy card, and with this, it's like the start, and we will build many things around it, so it will differ a lot from others.
I'll be right back.
So let's keep going with questions. Maybe Joseph or Jason.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Stuck in my throat. I didn't want to cough into the mic. Let's see. That means that proxy card will only work with EBTC. Yeah, no, we'll work with all the ERC20 tokens and Ether.
Yeah, the default is Ether. You can transfer, and then any other tokens that you happen to have in your wallet can be transferred as well.
Right. The system works like any other wallet, so they'll have access to your wallet address, and you can do transfers in and out of other systems, just like any other wallet. It'll show up on Ether Delta. Yeah. So the details of how to purchase eBTC through the Proxy Card app, that still has to be worked out. Sounds like there's some efforts there. I don't want to talk about that yet until we have the okay to talk about it. But in essence, yeah, our goal, high level, is just to make this really easy to use. And a big part of that, of course, is loading up your wallet with token. People that aren't are familiar with that process. The slow process that you can do, of course, right out of the gate is just move it from one wallet to another. But we're going to try to make the fiat to cryptocurrency very, very simple to do as well. Yes.
But yes, in answer to that, you can do. It's an exchange between two parties, so you can negotiate the exchange within the application and purchase tokens.
Should we go now through the questions from the emails?
Sure. Let's see some eBitcoin questions.
Technical
You want
issues.
to? Yeah. A lawnmower. Someone needs to mute their line.
Where's the Vega? What is it?
I don't know. Yay.
Okay.
Very good. Yeah, so let's see.
Gio,
Gio, do you want to, I see some questions here about eBitcoin itself. So I want to talk about that.
Yeah. Do you want to go through them, or maybe I go through it really fast?
Sure. Yeah.
By the way, we will answer all questions we got by email or in the troll box. We will not be able to do it today, but we will answer all of them, and we will post the AMA then on Medium, Reddit, and everywhere, where we will answer all your questions. So we pick out some questions now, and we'll answer them.
Okay.
Okay, then there's one from Matt. What problem does eBitcoin solve better than Bitcoin Core, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold and stuff? It's very easy, it's faster, it's less expensive, it has a smart contract behind it. Besides, we are building infrastructure and ecosystem around it, so the use gets pretty easy for like an 8-year-old to an 80-year-old also to come into it. Yeah. Oh, there's a good one from Matt F. also. What do you have to say to doubters that allege that eBitcoin is just another pump and dump ERC20 token? We were on this for the last several more weeks, I think. And first of all, we're still here. We didn't run away. And the next one, we're just serious. Besides, we have spent like 7 weeks of hard work around the clock for free. As you know, we are all volunteers. We made a new contract. We built the first partnership or partnerships. We got exclusive domain. We got hosting. We got an AWS server or AW. Sorry, I'm not a native. Please excuse. Compared to all those P and D ones, we did invest a lot of work and also a lot of money so far from our pockets. Then I follow up with the next questions from Riva. No, that's a nice one. Did anyone on the eBTC team know each other prior to joining the team? No. We found together through the idea of the community-driven project, just like the father and the mother, Bitcoin and Ethereum. We just love what we are doing. Another question, how much interaction do the Proxy card team and eBTC have together? Are the blockchain developers from eBTC helping the Proxy card team now? Honestly, Proxy card does not need any help. They're great blockchain developers themselves. But of course, the team came together now and they exchanged ideas, what is very fruitful for building seamless applications, and so we're looking forward to what we will see soon. Another question, is the eBTC team still working on another wallet? No, that's absolutely not necessary at all.
We are putting resources on.
Go ahead.
I recently bought a pizza with my BitPay card. My order cost $23, yet the total free charge to my account ended up being $6 to cover the Bitcoin network fees. What would my fee be with eBitcoin and Proxy card on that transaction? Yeah, probably maximum about 15 cents. And by the way, it will go much faster. You will not have to wait 2 days for your pizza.
And I want to add to that our fees with Proxy are charged to the merchant, so they're not charged to the person making the payment. So, and
that's another plus point. That's another plus point because this is how it usually works. The merchant has to pay for the piece, and not the customer. This is what we love with Proxy. They think like we think, and this is another reason why this will be a fruitful partnership.
When the moon.
Okay, then there's a nice question from Peter. I don't know if it was serious or not. He started with when moon. There's a simple answer: when the sun is going down. When next live stream? Honestly, as we said, we're trying to improve technology and everything, and we keep you up to date. So we will try to do it once a week. We don't set a fixed date now, but we will try to do it once a week.
You want me to hop in and do a question? I see somebody asked about stability in the token in the Facebook.
Yeah, go ahead.
And that's a valid point. I mean, it's for mass adoption for retail, for merchants, they do want to see some stability. Part of our model is to allow them to price things based off of fiat as opposed to the crypto. And we do the conversions on the fly. We're looking at a couple different ways of handling that. There's ways to do certain tokens are backed by the U.S. dollar or euro or whatnot to try to stabilize the price. There's those options. There's also just trying to get it through the system and in and out as quickly as possible, so that you mitigate the quick changes. I think that with the community for eBitcoin and the way things are going, there's going to be, I don't want to say stability there, but it's certainly not going to go in a downward direction, and that's what merchants would care most about, is it going in a downward direction. So.
That is one of the things that we want to address with our application, is to allow the merchants to keep their prices using fiat currency, and then, like Jason said, we do the exchange live with the transaction.
I just think also, just in general, over time, this problem will sort of correct itself out as people start to use cryptocurrency more and more for doing other things, like paying their employees or buying the goods and things that they need to do their business. It'll become less and less of an issue. But right now, as it stands in this moment, it is an issue because they have to budget and they have to know their costs in order to maintain a profit when they're selling things. So we will be looking at trying to find ways to help with that. And so that's that. I see a question about Lamborghinis in there too. Let's see. And a lot of marketing questions. We already addressed you trusted 10x, right? It's not really necessary. Yeah. It's my favorite joke. It's not appropriate for the public.
I think there was a question about will Proxy card be ever a physical card? I think the last question.
Yeah. So the physical card will require, in our case, a payment. Because of the shipping costs and the printing costs. So think in terms of cost, along the same scale as like a Monaco card or 10x. We're sorting out the details of that now. Over the next couple of weeks, we'll have it as part of that process. But you don't have to do that if you don't want. There's a free option. You can just save it on your phone and use it there. It'll be guarded by your thumbprint. So it's up to you. I mean, if you want to say, hey, you know what, I like the idea of it being cold in the sense that it's detached and not connected to anything. Definitely purchase the card and we'll send it to you. And you get 2 cards per purchase. It's one intended to be a physical backup, so store it somewhere so you don't lose it, just in case you lose the first one. And you can always reorder cards if they do get lost. We offer a cloud backup for that information that gets encoded with passphrase that only you know. So if you're worried about your phone getting crushed in an accident or something, I don't know, you drop it in the toilet, we'll always give you options so that you'll have access to your wallets through our system and can restore from fresh, basically, if you need to. Like if you switch from iPhone to Android or something like that, you'll be fine. There'll be methods to do it. The best, I think, still is ordering the card and having that around, because it's something physical. It's easy, and like I said, you'll get 2 of them, so you can keep one safe in a safe box or something like that, just in case. We will be using the higher grade NFC cards, so you don't have to worry about it, the antenna breaking or anything like that. We understand its use case here. We don't want people to.
Part of the reason we have that fee
Yeah.
there to
Pretty
cover
cool.
that cost.
Yeah. Shipping
Jason,
since we're the United States, so shipping around the world gets a little expensive, so it's part of the cost. It's not really a profit point for us on the physical cards.
That's good.
Yeah.
Jason, there was another thing. Are you talking with other cards and payment services? Maybe this was directed to more to the eBitcoin team, but you are part of the eBitcoin team now, so
Right.
the question was, are you talking with other cards and payment services like Utrust or Tench? I think we answered that before. Honestly, it's not necessary.
Not necessary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have
Yeah.
any plans to try to integrate with like a Visa's TAL network or anything like that. So, which is what they do.
Then there's something for Danish. What is your marketing strategy? I think we also talked about that before, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was cutting in and out, but I think he answered a lot of that. YouTube videos?
There's something about exchanges.
Hmm.
What criteria do you use to determine which exchange to apply for eBitcoin? Honestly, it's we're on it like Bitcoin and Ethereum is on every exchange, and since we are growing and since we are in the very beginning, I mean we're 7 weeks old, and we go up the ladder from the bottom. We already have 5 exchanges. But of course, the top 3 are our goal, and so far we reached all our goals. Especially, I want to mention again, personally, and the whole team of eBTC or eBitcoin is very happy that we reached the first goal with getting Proxy on board and getting Proxy into the team. So this is the first step to a very, very nice and, in our opinion, seamless technology way to the future. So.
YouTube videos. Huh? That'd be nice.
It's a marketing question.
We're working on this. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I mean, on our side in Proxy, once the app is fully out in the stores, which won't be that long, we'll put together some basic videos that kind of walk through how it works in a little more detail. But we're tech guys, so it's not going to be fancy with actors or anything like that. Well, unfortunately, probably have my face in there somewhere.
You are fancy. You will become fancy.
Yeah.
Then I want to catch up maybe the last one or the last question, or pretty much last question for today. It's a sea of red in cryptos for the past 24 hours. Everything is crashing and the total market cap lost about 70 billion. During all of this, eBitcoin has dropped but has maintained the that 0.29 Ethereum to 0.003 Ethereum low. What do you attribute to eBitcoin's relative strength during this mini crash? As we said before, we are building up a community, we are building up the trust in the community, we are building up stability, we are adding values to it, and Proxy is the first big value we are adding besides our name and everything else and the marketing we start. And we already showed in the last weeks what we're able to do with a community of volunteers. We even already get many suggestions from the community what we really enjoy and appreciate. And we think we did all this without an ICO so far, and we're sure that the community trusts us and in our capabilities. So if there are more questions, or maybe Danish wants to say something.
I just want to add something on top of this, so we can close this office. Is that don't get disappointed with the lack of marketing right now. Is because we are since we have we are only about 6 to 8 weeks old, right? We are trying to basically have a solid foundation, build a solid foundation, so we can grow from there. It's sky's the limit. When the right time will come, we will be very aggressive on our marketing. Our marketing strategy is very good. I don't want to disclose it right now because obviously there are competitors you can see how many copycats we had with this great idea. Idea is to keep it high when we will need that. We will be hitting all mainstream channels, all mainstream crypto news websites. That is for sure, and that our main idea is to focus on Bitcoin cryptocurrency investors. They should be our audience to start with. So there are a few exciting stuff ahead. Our ecosystem, which we will disclose in the right time, at the right time, is also itself a market. For now, right now, I would like to add as much as followers in our Telegram, especially if you see Reddit. We need more members. Not even 2% of our members are registered with are members in Reddit. So I would suggest if you can have some time to go on Reddit and register and basically sign up.
That's for all
eBitcoin,
channels, actually. I mean, when we see today, we were really thinking about doing this AMA because we did not even get like 100 retweets on Twitter, and so this is what we really need for powerful marketing as well. We need you as a community to follow.
And finally, just to sum up, if we are the people were there were a lot of suggestions that we were funding and all that. The thing is, we disclose our our team, all of our members are basically online. They are on our website. If we are as such, we would never do that. In fact, we are serious. We are committed. In fact, I was not the one who got airdropped, but I got I become part of the team because I believe in this project. And this project is something which I can trust on. After the investment of eBitcoin, I changed my perception on crypto. Now I want to nurture, grow this community and this project. So.
Yeah, everybody, the team is 100% committed.
Yeah, and this is a good place to get in, I think. I mean, it's really a market that's maturing at this point, a technology that's maturing, and people are working hard to try and bring it to the mainstream and make it useful. You know, in the early days, and you ask like, why is Bitcoin going up and down so crazy? It's a speculative market. People are just in it to try to make a quick buck. But it's projects like this and the communities like this that bring real value to the technology and to the token and things like that really will end up winning in the long run. You know, quick pump and dump things, fine, okay, great, but hang on to the token. In the long run, it will be worth a lot because there's real value behind it. There's people who are going to use it. They're going to have software that's going to be integrated into their life. And that's really where that long-term investment value will come from, I think. Yes, in projects that are real, that aren't, fake ICOs or any of that kind of stuff that's really hurt the market. This is real. So, and
Jason, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, what we are offering in terms of wallet is unique.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something available right now.
That's right.
And what I want to say to the community, just keep in mind what we did already in like 7 weeks, and we're just at the beginning. It took Bitcoin itself, it took like 9 years to reach a nice level. And I think if we keep going with this speed, as Danish said before, the sky should be the limit.
Absolutely.
So are there more questions in the troll box? I think there's some, and maybe we ask like, or answer like 1 or 2, and the rest will be answered on Reddit. Jason, maybe you want to go ahead?
Let's see. You see a question? Have we addressed?
Yeah, they are on top. When are we going to the moon now?
I want us to go to the moon. I'd rather go to Mars.
We need a space suit for that.
Yeah.
I'm doing
Other exchanges, we are on other exchanges already, but as I said before, we will announce that when we have a fixed date and we have the final date from them, when they will list us. Yeah.
I see a question about 1 year in the future. Where do we see ourselves? That's a great question.
Yeah.
You know, our goal is really to expand out our merchant side of things. So in the very near future, people will get a hold of the wallet, they'll get a hold of the cards. That'll make that process of purchasing and sending cryptocurrency back and forth between people very easy. We have some baseline stuff for merchants, but of course, you know, what we'd like to do is get to a place where we're thought of as sort of the smart, you know,
Payment system.
Payment system, yeah, point of sale, integrating with point of sale. So, and what's great is, you know, someone like Gio, for example, has a lot of experience in this space of dealing with merchants and their particular needs. So we're going to leverage that experience. We're going to leverage that knowledge to bring a set of tools to the market for those people that make this process as easy as possible and seamless for them as well. You know, here in the United States, it will probably be last to adopt this stuff, sadly, just because that's how we roll here. But you know, overseas markets, from our perspective, overseas markets, they're already ahead of the game. You know, they're using Bitcoin in places like Japan. It's recognized as a real currency and things like that. So we need to hurry up and get them some tools that they can use real quick. Phase 1, focusing on internet-related stuff. Phase 2, point of sale. So you know, whatever kind of software that they have for doing that.
Amazing.
We want to get it all
And,
wrapped up by the end of the year, for sure. Not this year, but next year.
And what Jason just mentioned, of course, I have a knowledge with merchants, and I know many merchants we can bring in, but it's not only me, it's not only one person, and this is a community. On the community side as well as the team side, the team is really huge. It's growing every day. Today, I had a conversation with a community and team member who said he will quit his day job and will join us full time. And I got like chicken skin, and I get it right now, honestly, when I'm talking about it. So we are moving so many things, and all together, everybody has a skill or a knowledge of something. Yeah, like all our devs, they are very, very great in what they are doing in technology-wise. But then there's Danish, for example, who's doing marketing, and he's doing marketing on a hard way. And then there are many others. Everybody has knowledge, and we put all this knowledge in one pot, and to get the best out of it. That's why we can say we make an ecosystem. We're not only doing another ERC20 token with no value behind. We have so much knowledge. I don't know, I counted it someday. It's at least 200 years of knowledge we have all together. And with every partner who's joining the boat, we get more knowledge in it. And with this, we can raise something really, really nice and really, really big. At last, I want to answer one question of a very honored member. Where's it at? Oh, so many questions. 1 second, please. We answered this before. It's from Boris. Crypto is hard to buy for average person. We answered that before. We have something in mind. I have a dream, honestly, and with the knowledge of our like blockchain developers like James and Tanush, I was arguing for weeks already, and combined with the knowledge of Proxy, I hope and I will do everything to make it happen what I have in mind. And this will be something what it will be like a little revolution. So should we answer another question? And then we should quit, I think. We don't want to bother the people. Maybe there's another plane coming.
No, it's chappers.
Oh, okay. Exchanges for us, we already answered that. We are on this. One-off in 1 year future. Jason answered that also. We are just at the beginning. We are at the beginning of what we are doing, and we are at the beginning of crypto. It's like at the beginning of the stock market. Just look the curve where the graphs are going, and it's just going up. And then I believe that everybody's asking for prices and stuff like this, or price predictions. Honestly, I'm 100% sure in 1 year you're laughing about if we are at like 13 cent or 16 cent, we are just somewhere else where you're laughing about a couple of cents up and down. Yeah, that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, and this is how we get there, by building value, building a community, and building real applications that people use.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you are all part of it. So, I guess we should close for now. Jason?
Yeah,
Joseph?
sounds good.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone.
The others?
Yeah, thanks for coming to watch us. I appreciate it. Great questions.
Yeah.
Thanks, community. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank
you,
all for
everybody.
being there. In future, we will improve the stream, but for the first time, if there was ever an AMA with a live stream, I'm not sure about that, but yeah, we are moving forward, and we love it to be